Government of India guidelines or the Ministry of Education guidelines. So I will tell you something, but it is a interactive session. You share your view and I will share my view, and in what level it is implemented, that we are going to discuss. So this national education policy was one committee set up in the year of 2020 to change the shape of education system. That's why we call this is a guidelines of NIP 2020. And to be very frank, till now it is not fully implemented, right? It is implemented in different level. And soon after NIP 2020, NIT Warangal is among the first NIT to incorporate all the guidelines to revise the curriculum. Among all NITs, NIT Warangal released a new curriculum in the year of 2021. I don't know about other universities in what level it is implemented, but it is expected that by 2030 all universities will able to follow the guidelines given by NIP 2020. So it is not the first education policy. Before that also many education policy came, but slowly we are moving to different system which is provide us international standard, which will meet the international standard. That's why we are going for NIP 2020. Now see the first slide. Have you seen this person anywhere? Huh? Who is this person?
He is familiar with the currency. Freedom fighter.
Huh?
Father of India.
Sir, don't tell this one, because you know India is a very complex country in the sense that we have highest population. So if I am correct what I am saying, because I should not comment, as I am also a part of administration, I should not comment. So one person has filed a RTI. You know, nowadays we have RTI, right? Right to information. That's why all the higher education institute now they create a tab called as RTI, and all these notices are pushed to that RTI tab. So before filling RTI, you see what are the documents available in the RTI. So one person has filled a RTI stating that who is the father of the nation. It is a true incident. I am not saying a false incident, right? But if you ask who is that person, when he filed, that information I don't have. Okay. So when this question arises, right, and another RTI I will tell you after this one, right. So the person who handle RTI, it is a more tedious job to handle, because RTI you have to reply within a time frame. If within time frame you are not doing, if it missed for 2-3 times, you will go to court. And in India you know how many court cases are there, right. So in line with RTI, they checked all the documents of our constitution. Anywhere is it mentioned that it is father of India. So in none of the document it is mentioned that Mahatma Gandhi is called as the father of India. In that RTI they disclosed that in fact there is no father of India in our country. But as Mahatma Gandhi is a very popular person and many people follow his ideology, so he is popularly called as father of India. He is not assigned with a designation of father of India, but popularly he is called as father of India. Similarly, many people say that Hindi is a national language. So there is also a RTI against this one, because it is easy to file RTI. It is 10 rupees only, right? If you give this card, what we call BPL card, if I am correct, then there is no charge, right? You can fill any RTI, you can ask anything without any charge. So Hindi is nowhere mentioned as an English national language, right? These are controversy issues. Okay, it should not be recorded also. Okay. So somebody will say that NIT Warangal faculty told that there is no national language, there is no father of India. Right? Nobody knows me, right? After this lecture, hardly few people will know to me, and you will contact with me. But this statement is very dangerous statement. When we give a public statement, it is not coming in our name. rather than it is coming in the name of our institute name. So I am not representing my entire institute, right? So in fact it is also not there as Hindi is a national language. It is called as a official language, right? So that's why I am saying it is very difficult to deal with 1.5 billion of people, right? So it is very difficult. If you put anything, people will say RTI, right? And also sometimes there are unfair means in order to solve that RTI is there, but nowadays everybody is applying RTI, right? So what Mahatma Gandhi told long back, that we are going to visualize in National Education Policy 2020. And what are the things we need to incorporate in NEP, that is more important. So this statement is given by Mahatma Gandhi long back, right? What he mentioned, by education I mean an all round drawing of the best in child and man in body, mind and spirit. He mentioned this statement. The same thing, because understanding this statement is very difficult. Like I usually give an example when I teach programming subject. First programming subject we teach, that is called as C programming. And you know who is the father of C? Who is the father of C? Dennis Ritchie. So when I was introduced to the C programming, at that time I don't have money to purchase a C programming book. In fact, I am not, means if you ask sir, he will tell that at that time there is no book. Okay, in my time, if I am saying that there is no book to purchase because of my family condition, sir will tell that at that time there is no Xerox machine, nothing. We go to library and read for 30 minutes, surrender book and come. So I usually visit at the beginning of the semester. I always go to library to check this old bookstore. There is a old bookstore in my hometown, that is Berhampur, situated in Odisha. It is near to Srikakulam. So there is a old bookstore. You will get the book, even if new books also, with 50 to 60% discount. So I visited always that old bookstore when a semester starts to collect some books, because that is affordable compared to a new book. So one day while I was searching some book, I found there is a book by Dennis Ritchie. I found a book by Dennis Ritchie, but I have seen in my syllabus C programming, nowhere in the textbook or reference book Dennis Ritchie name is written. Then I thought that this person has the father of a programming language, but his book is not referred in the textbook and reference book. So it is an insult to the father of nation. Suppose I will develop a research paper and while that topic is introduced, my name is not coming. That means what I have done, that is a vague thing, right? So I was very curious to know that why the Dennis Ritchie book is not referred in C and C++. Okay, especially in C, right? So and that book is also not having so many pages. That book is having less than 200 pages. Less than 200 pages. If you find in your library, you check, that is 200 pages. Then I asked my professors also, why this book is not recommended. No doubt, today students are not interested to read book, that is different story. Okay, but in our time we are interested to read book. So that 200 pages book, why that is not referred? So I got no answer from my faculty members. Sometimes happen in the audience also, some people will ask a question. I am not going to answer all questions, right? I also don't know the answer of all questions. Then I found my own answer. I found that whatever written in this 200 page, nobody understand. Like these 2 lines which is written, it is very difficult to understand 2 lines, because there are different viewpoints. When we look into a 6, somebody will say it is 9 also, right? So viewpoint is different. So I randomly visited some page and tried to understand what is written by Dennis Ritchie. I was unable to understand also. So I thought that that is the reason why it is not referred, because nobody understands what Dennis Ritchie has written. Then the next generation came. Who is the next generation? With respect to these authors, we have Professor S.1. Kanitkar, we have Professor E. Balgursan. With respect to these 2 persons, so these people have understood some concept which is given in the Dennis Ritchie book. They have gone through this book, they are good programmers, that's why they understood little bit part of this book. So these 200 pages, they understood only 100 pages. They have also not understood 200 pages. But these 100 pages which they understood, they have written a 400 page book. Okay, they have written that 100 page explained into 400 page book. That 400 page book is there in the textbook as well as reference book. Okay, then our next generation came, means my next generation, not your next generation. Okay, next generation came. Next generation people are not unable to understand that Westman Kanitkar book also. So what they did, there is another generation with respect to that author. Which book? Rima. There is a book by Rima Thereja. If you come across that book is talking about one concept in n number of ways. So Rima Thereja has understood only 200 pages, which is originally 50 pages of the Dennis Ritchie book, and they come up with a 800 page book. Now that book is popular, right? That's what I am saying. That book is now popular, and as a teacher I cannot share 100% of the knowledge with my student. That is been seen in our guru levels, right? Because we do not know 100% also. So if you see that original book 200 is reduced to 100 by Professor Kanitkar and Balguru Swami, again reduced to 50 pages by this Rima Thereja. In class we teach 25 pages, students learn 12.5 pages, they write over hardly 1 or 2 pages. Okay, so that is the main motivation behind this particular line. Okay, so you may not understand this particular line, but what Mahatma Gandhi suggested on those days is that education there should not be any bound. But I always look into the negative aspects also. I always not support the NEP also. There are some drawbacks of NEP also, right? Like if I go for multidisciplinary, right? It is open mind means I can sit, like all of you have seen the movie 3 Idiots. Have you seen the movie 3 Idiots? 3 Idiots movie says that if you are removed from a class, you sit in any class. So by hook and crook, what we chahiye? Gyan chahiye, right? We need knowledge. We need not worry about whether we are in the some class BTech first year or BTech second year or which. But that is not always true, right? So there should not be any bound, right, for education. And everybody has to right to education. And it is not also possible. Okay, it is not also possible in 100% phase. Because you can visit some country in which you can see education is free for all. But India education is not free for all. That you know, right? Similarly, equality can be done by the government, right? Even if equality is there, everybody will not get the advantages. So we have a lot of constraints. See, constraints are more in India. If we develop a model, AI/ML based model or a quantum computing based model, if it is working for India, I am 100% sure it will work for any other country. Right? Like I heard that one foreigner came to India. He boarded a train. He tried to switch on this fan. There are fans are there, right? And it's covered, right? He tried to switch on the train. It was not working. And before arriving in India, that person was told, God is there only in India. God is not there in outside. God is there in India, right? Although our belief is different, their belief is different, right? God is there in India. So he tried in all possible way. He is not able to run that particular fan. He tried switch so many times, it is not working. Then one Indian entered to that particular cabin. What that person did? He removed this fan and make a circle. Then the fan was working, right? Then that person has really a belief that there is a God in India, because what I am not able to do, another person can do. Okay. So why these examples I am telling you, you know, because it is a post-launch session. Okay. Because you are faculty and I am a faculty. Okay. It is very difficult to concentrate on a particular topic for more than 40 minutes. Okay. You cannot also teach your student more than 40 minutes. If you teach 40 minutes, they will sleep. So what Mahatma Gandhi suggested, that came in a different form. Not only based upon the feedback of father of the nation, but also many people suggested, which is followed in the international standards. We want to incorporate that international standard in our Indian education. For that there is a reformation of the NEP is required. Like mostly I have seen nowadays in our time, if you ask someone when 10th result is passed out, what is your percentage? And there is no percentage system also. Then people say that I passed in first division and they are happy, very very happy. But now it is coming, first digit is 9. You think about second digit. Second digit also sometimes fixed, okay, 9 only. Then third, fourth digit is different. Now that counseling is given to us, so I came across this counseling system. I found that during this counseling, JOSA counseling, right? JOSA counseling is for admission into BTech, right? So in the JOSA counseling, in order to find the top 15% or 10% students, there is another cutoff. The first thing is that we are giving more marks. Second is again we are giving a cutoff by stating that if a student secure 98% and above, they are in the top 10%. Another state you will see that 85% above is also considered as top 10%. Right. So that type of discrepancy you will find when you go for higher education, right? Because every state is having different form. Because if education is same for everyone, then there should be a single board. And let's say one language may be different, maybe local language is varies with respect to state. A student has a right to read that language because that is a mother tongue, okay, or local language. Except that education should be same for everyone. But like country like India, it is difficult, right? Even if you see our JNTU, which is a very popular university, it is also different branch. They cannot handle, right? Centralized, you cannot handle so many colleges. That is the way they divided into different parts. Right, so Mahatma Gandhi also mentioned, right, there is something called as Vardha scheme of education. Vardha scheme of education. So he mentioned this statement as a Vardha scheme of education. So he focused on vocational training. What do you mean by vocational training? Professional growth. You have to focus on your professional growth. How professional growth will come? Professional growth will come if you concentrate on 4 criteria. First is teaching, right? As a teacher, I am saying, first you have to concentrate on teaching. Fundamental goal of a teacher is to teach, but most of the time we are engaged in administrative work. True is true, right? It is true. Okay. Don't think that I am telling NEP means I will support about NEP. I will give my viewpoint towards NEP, which may be wrong, may be correct, maybe in whatever context you can think. Teaching is the primary duty, right? Because see, what I personally feel when I take a class, suppose today is also I am having 2 class, so I suspended my class. Student list bother where you are going. Student list bother. Student wants that the class need to happen. You can take extra class, you can substitute a particular class. Whatever way you have to teach the students. If you are not teaching, student will be very happy temporarily, but once they passed out, they will say that this faculty is not taking class. So the primary duty which is given to a teacher is to teach something. Again, teaching is also varying level, right? I cannot compare a MIT with NIT or NIT with XYZ university. Whatever context it is possible, we have to go for teaching. So now, if you go for teaching also, it is challenging, right? So every class you have to relate the teaching with some real life concept, otherwise nobody listens. Nobody frankly listen. And I personally tell, when I ask my student, like this Monday our class work started, I assigned with 2 subjects. So I asked in 2 subjects all the students to take a poll that whether I will teach using PPT or I will use this board, either whiteboard or blackboard to teach. You will not believe 90% student told that you teach in board. Right? Although we are saying digital platform and lot of things, still people have interest in the board. They don't want PPT because they know PPT means you can next and it's over. Right? They want you teach a small concept but teach in the board. That's why always try to cover whatever extent you can cover. Don't think that you will go for 100% of the course. If you cover 100% of the course and finally student is not getting a single thing, that is of no use. It is better to reach 90% and student understand that is more than sufficient. So in Odisha there is a university just like our JNTU, right? There is a university in the name of the father of Naveen Patnaik, who was ex-chief minister, that is Biju Patnaik University. So they implemented NEP in such a manner that every subject should have 5 different modules. Normally every subject is having 4 different modules. Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, Module 4. They introduced another module, Module 5. Each module is earlier 10 classes. Now 5 modules means each module is 8 classes. 5th module they introduced, 5th module is not come in the exam, but 5th module you can go for a quiz test or you can go for an internal assessment, but it will not be reflected in the end exam. What is that 5th module? 5th module says that how a particular topic is related to the real life significance. Whatever your experience you said, whatever your experience, so that gives a flexibility to the teacher, right? Like you see in our curriculum, we have theory of computation, we have compiler design, we have computer organization, computer architecture. These subjects you have studied, and if your parents are also engineers, they have also studied, right? So what is new in that subject? So the latest development of the subject should be included as a part of module 5. Okay, as we are following uniform syllabus across various institutes, we cannot integrate that module 5 into the exam, because the way you will frame module 5, the way I will frame, both are different. That's why beyond syllabus what we are teaching, that is more important. But obviously when there is a university system and having different colleges, incorporating this is very difficult. In fact, NIT, IIT, you see one of the premier institute in our AP and Telangana is IIT Hyderabad. If you try to visit IIT Hyderabad, you will surprised to that there is no syllabus. What is written in their curriculum? Core 1, Core 2, Elective 1, Elective 2, over. But our curriculum is a rigid curriculum. All of you agree or not? Normally first year and second year curriculum in the, if I talk about BTech, okay, it is a rigid curriculum. Whatever courses are there, you have to study. There is no flexibility. But you go to IIT Hyderabad, even if core is also not fixed, but core 1 there is a basket of subjects. You have to choose one. Core 2 you have to choose one. Elective 1 you have to choose one. Elective 2 you have to choose one. And as many as subject you can include in each and every year. Just like we call a board of studies meeting. In board of studies meeting you can propose a syllabus and you can edit. So curriculum is not fixed. You cannot make curriculum is fixed as per a national education policy, right? So that is more important, right? If you make it flexible, then only you can say student have an interest in it. But what happened in our curriculum? We have very lack of faculty members. You go to any institute. I am not talking about only the government institutes. You go to the private institutes also. Now getting a faculty in the computer science department is really challenging, right? So what they happen? Other people like mechanical, electrical, they are forced to teach Python. That is true, right or not? Even if it is accepted by AICTE also. Recently AICTE also launched a program, AICTE QIP PG program for non-computer science students, sorry, non-computer science faculty. What is the aim of this program? You go for a training of 6 months to read only 5 or 6 courses related to computer science. If you pass that course, then you can teach to computer science students. Because nowadays, you know, parents are happy with computer science, students are happy in computer science, all are looking at computer science. It's because without computer science there is nothing in the world, right or not?
Also,
so that's why it
also taking computer science.
also
Taking computer science.
yes, also taking computer science. If somebody call me, I say that don't take computer science. See, if everybody will go to computer science, finding top 10 student is difficult, right or not? Finding 10 student is very difficult. But if I take different branches, coming in best 10% is very easy. Like in the state of Odisha, if somebody get BTech in civil engineering, then he or she may be offered with a AE job, assistant executive engineer. Assistant executive engineer salary is same as assistant professor salary. So why to go for computer science? I am not blaming my branch, right? But I am telling you the truth. See, somebody is having a passion to work in this programming, then you can go for computer science. Now many phone calls are also you may be received by saying that I am getting a seat in computer science within bracket special AI/ML. Shall I take it or not? Then somebody will call that BTech in computer science within bracket data science, within bracket quantum computing. So whenever you are getting such type of question, you have to give an assignment to that person. What you will do? You will tell a very good question. So you do one thing, you motivate them. You go to that curriculum and list out the subject which is only taught in computer science or computer science AI/ML or computer science data science or computer science quantum computing, computer science IoT, computer science XYZ, PQR, whatever. You give an exercise. Once you see this one, you will not find hardly 5-6 subjects are different. Then they will understand there is no difference between these subjects. Right or not? So, curriculum need not be a rigid curriculum. If you make the curriculum rigid, then nothing will come out. But I cannot make a curriculum flexible because I have lack of faculty. Until unless you have sufficient faculty, it is not possible to make your curriculum flexible. For example, you see, you take last 5-year data of your institute, check that what are the electives offered to computer science department. What do you mean by elective? Elective means the student will choose a subject. Is it happening? No. It is elective to a teacher. Teacher will decide a course that will be forcefully taken by the student. And we don't have any option. Suppose I don't know a subject and it is very difficult to learn that subject also. Right? So, curriculum flexibilities will be there if we have enough number of teachers. If in your institute, let's say 10 teachers will come up with 10 electives, then you give more scope to your student. Otherwise, it is not possible to look into this flexible curriculum. Right? So, we will discuss this part. I will tell you about school education, then I will go for higher education because school education is more important than higher education. Right? Now you see, a reality is that now if you want your child to study, go to a play school, which school you are sending? Private school. Anyhow, there is no government school for that. Okay. If you go to standard 1, which school you are preferring? Government school or private school? Private school. If you go to 10th class, which school you are preferring? Private school. If you go to 12th, private school. If you go to degree, private or IIT, NIT? IIT, NIT, right? No, it is true, sir. You may differ with my opinion. So, in my opinion, education is diluted up to 12th class. And it is not far. It will not dilute our UG curriculum. Now, UG, somebody is getting IIT Bombay, is definitely preferring IIT Bombay. Okay, somebody is getting, let's say, IIT Jammu, also they preferring IIT Jammu. IIT is IIT, right? So, different level of colleges we look into privatization up to 12th class. But the way now private institutions are doing good, right? So, it is not far that people will not choose this IIT, NIT, they will go to private college for BTech also, for UG courses also. And now, with this current government, Prime Minister has a very good vision. Earlier what happened, when a project is launched, the project is by default given to IITs or some NITs. But now they have made a different basket. Once a fund is released, fund is allocated to central institutes in one basket, in which IIT is coming, NIT is coming, IIIT is coming, central universities are coming, and there are many central funded technical institutes are there like AICTE, NIT, all these are put in one basket. Then state government institutions are put in another basket. Then private institutions are put in another basket. That's why you can see soon after this NEP 2020, many private institutions are also getting a lot of projects compared to NIT or central universities. Because earlier basket is one. The entire money is given to the higher institute. Obviously, if a higher institute is there, may have better vision than other institutes, right? But nowadays we have multiple baskets, right? So fund is given to different baskets. It is not like that all funds are going to IITs. And now government also suggesting a self-sustainable model. You increase the fee, you make it self-finance, you earn money, you pay to your faculty members. We are not going to release any money. One of the better example is, you know about IIITs, right? What is the full form of IIIT? Indian Institute of Information Technology. You know how many IIITs are there? Rough number, I also don't know exact number. Let's say 30. Assume that each state is having one and the union territories are also having one. Out of these all IIITs, only 5 IIITs are funded by government, central government. What are those IIITs? First IIIT is Allahabad. Okay, now Allahabad. I am coming from north to south. Allahabad, Jabalpur, Gwalior. These are the 3. No, not Manipur. Allahabad, Gwalior, Jabalpur in the north side, Kurnool in the state of Andhra Pradesh, Kanchipuram in Chennai, what sir has mentioned. So these 5 IIITs are only funded by government. Rest IIITs, what you are saying, they are in the PPP mode, public-private partnership mode. What public-private partnership says that government will share 51% and a local industry will share 49%. And it is a self-sustainable model. If tomorrow there is no growth of a particular organization, if the institute collapse, government will not do anything. As government is 51%, government can convert to another organization. But you can see there are many IIITs are there, like IIIT nannaya Raipur in the state of Chhattisgarh. It is under the state government. But out of all IIIT, which IIIT is growing? IIIT Hyderabad, IIIT Bangalore, IIIT Delhi. And these 3 institutes are private institutes. These 3 are fully private institutes. They are growing as far as IIT or more than IITs also with that institute. See, if you make something as self-sustainable, it will grow, because self-sustainable you have your own pressure, right? And government is 51% share. Government can take any decision at any point of time, right? So government always wants to convert every university to PPP mode, so that you will write project, you will get project, you will get some fund, you will do the center for innovations, okay, center for activities, and you do that one. Whatever earning you are getting, you pay to your faculty, pay to your staff, pay to your all the level people, right? Government is not going to release the money. That way government wants many things to be streamlined. Okay, coming to this one, why NEP is popular? There is something called as SDG. Anybody know about SDG? That is called as the Sustainable Development Goal. Whenever you appear an interview, people ask which sustainable development goal is addressing your research problem. We may not be aware of that, right? So try to, when you appear an interview, you always tell that I am working in the sustainable development goal, right? They may not understand also, right? Don't think that whatever you are saying, your round another side of the table they will understand. If they don't understand, they will ask what is SDG. Now they are in your loop, right? Whatever you will say, they will listen, right? So total number of sustainable development goal you can see in this picture is 17. Okay, so always identify whatever project work you have done in BTech or MTech or PhD, which sustainable development goal it is satisfying. Okay, what are the sustainability goal? You see, first one is called as no poverty, right? Second one, zero hunger. Whether whatever solution you proposed, whether it is satisfying zero hunger goal or not. Not necessarily that you will cover all 17 in your research proposal, right? You will look into which one is your satisfying, right? And computer science not deal with these two also, most of that cases, right? Third one is good health and well-being. Computer science is coming under this, right? Those people who are working in healthcare, their primary job is to fulfill the sustainable development goal 3. Okay, that is health, how to make health is in a better level, right? 4th one, quality education. Those there are many universities are having department of education, so they more focuses on sustainable development goal 4. 5th one is gender equality. Anyhow, we are not doing, humanities people are more concentrating on this. 6th is clean water and sanitation. It comes under computer science, right? We use IoT devices. We have different hackathons. We use IoT devices for cleaning the water or identifying some bacteria or something like that. For that, different sensors are used, several equipments are used. They are coming under the sustainable goal 6. 7th is clearly matching with our goal, that is clean energy. Nowadays, we all focuses on renewable energy. Now you know vehicles are having a green plate, right? So it indicates that they are operated with battery. Although battery is not a viable solution for a long route, but it is costing less compared to petrol and diesel, and it is environmental friendly. Similarly, 8th one is decent work and economic growth. Anyhow, all are associated with economic growth. If you do good research and it is an outcome, then definitely go for this one. 9th one is industry, innovations and infrastructure. Similarly, 10th is reduced inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, our smart city, smart transportation, smart energy, all these smart home, all these are coming under sustainable development goal 11. Sustainable development goal 12 is responsible consumption and productions. Okay, it is also talk about energy also. Climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice and strong institution, and partnership for the goals. So always focus on which sustainable goal is addressing your problem. While writing research article also, in your introduction you mentioned that this problem is introduced as a part of sustainable development goal. So in order to fulfill this sustainable development goal, Government of India started this NEP plan, National Education Policy. These goals are defined by, I think if I am correct, it is decided by UNESCO, right? Based upon that, all have agreed to this sustainable development goal, and NEP came into picture after these goals are defined. Okay. So what actually NEP focuses on, that you can see here. What is the vision? What is the difference between vision and mission? Vision means? Vision is futuristic, right? Or it is a, you can say, long term goal, right? And mission is a short term goal, or what you can get immediately, right? So it is talking about vision. Vision means it is a futuristic plan. So it focuses on how to provide high quality education to all. Okay. That's why I always say when there is a meeting, I say that early days IIT, especially Kharagpur, IIT Kharagpur, because IIT Kharagpur is a better IIT compared, now IIT Hyderabad is there, but early days IIT Kharagpur is a hub for all educational institutions. So during summer vacations, IIT Kharagpur professors usually take lectures for our core courses, whatever courses we are teaching to our students. And faculties are called to IIT Kharagpur. They are given free accommodation, free food, everything is free, including travel, and they are attending the lectures from the IIT Kharagpur professors. See, all the systems focuses on how to improve the quality of a student, but NEP also says that no, not a part of only student, we should also focus on how to improve the quality of a teacher. See, somebody did the PhD in a particular place and joined the institute. It is well and good, but after 5 years, whatever knowledge he gained, it is now obsolete. Until unless teachers are given as some training, the quality of education will never increase. No, you have a lot of pressures. Beyond that also you have to do it, right? No, don't have any PPT. For this faculty development program, I have prepared it. And once I got a call from Precis madam, I started learning quantum computing. I prepared that PPT in such a manner that you people will understand. It is just like a deadline. If I have said no to madam, then these two PPTs are missing from my side. I found time, maybe in the late hours up to night too, I prepared the PPT. Until unless we put a deadline, we as a faculty will not do anything. Until there is no pressure. Like students are also studying at what time? During semester time only. Because we are not putting pressure, right? If you give pressure, then definitely they will do. It is not true for student, it is true for every human being. If you make it very simple, then nobody is going to do it.
There is no
Timeline, right? Like I always prepare my PPT in latex. I can prepare in Microsoft PPT also. By the time I know this latex Beamer presentation, I never prepared my any PPT in PowerPoint. Latex having a good clarity, and you lot of things you can be done automatically. That's why I prepare always here. You will not find this PPT in public domain. You will find in Microsoft PPT, but I converted finally it into in my form. So until unless there is deadline, we are not going to do anything. So quality education will come if every stakeholder of an organization is growing. Otherwise, it is not possible, right? It is not possible by the help of only student. Okay, second one is saying that we should have some fundamental duties, fundamental rights and constitutional values. The only one thing is missing with the previous generation and current generation is ethics, right? Nobody is teaching about ethics, but NEP mandated is to teach ethics. Until unless we have ethics, we cannot do anything, right? If I am going in I am walking in a road, I see a incident and I am not recording, I am not informing to anyone, then I don't have ethics. I don't have a courage to tell, right? So that is missing in current generation. That's why the curriculum is revised in school education as well as in the higher education, such that people have some morality. Anyhow, we cannot make everyone to be responsible 100 out of 100, right? But as a course, as a non-credit course especially, most of the courses are credit courses, many non-credit courses, but they are mandatory. We call that as a mandatory non-credit course are given to the students. Student will write the exam but not get any grade, either satisfactory or not satisfactory, so that they will at least know about something. Like in my area, especially those people who know cloud computing. So we have a professor called as Professor Rajkumar Bhuiya. Anybody know Professor Rajkumar Bhuiya? Professor Rajkumar Bhuiya is number one researcher in the field of cloud computing. He is an Indian, belongs to the state of Karnataka. Currently he is a faculty member of University of Melbourne, Australia. Okay. When you attend his lecture, online or offline, you can go to YouTube also see. Professor Rajkumar Bhuiya's lecture is so interesting. Even if you attend a 3 hours of lecture, it will just like a 3 second. Because he relate each and every concept to either Ramayana or Mahabharata. He always tell, as a number one researcher in the world, right? If you go to this science citation index or Web of Science, he is listed as the first author. He tell that whatever I am doing, it is based upon what is given in the Ramayana and Mahabharata. Rajkumar Bhuiya, B-U-Y-Y-A. Okay. And I have seen also, being a number one researcher in India, whole world, right? You write a mail, he will respond. You write a mail, he will definitely respond to your email. So see, being a top, we should not forget our originality. That you will see, if you go to higher level people, you will see they have that courtesy, right? So moral value is how we will bring among the students. Students are leaving our class without switch off our fan, right or not? Right or not? Whenever they are entering to a office, entering with swords. We never dare to enter to a faculty cabin with swords. Even if now my director, Professor Vidyadhar Subudhi, he belongs to IIT Goa. Earlier he was there at Raulkela. NIT Warangal while I was a student, and I am a direct student. Whenever I am entering to director cabin, even if I am in T-shirt, I go to my home, change the T-shirt to a formal shirt, then I enter to the director room. It is not because my relationship with who is the director. It is because of that position. Right? You cannot enter even if your friend is maybe the director of an institute. But we respect that particular position. That moral value is not there among our students. Okay, that's why there are many courses are introduced in the higher education, in the university level, so that student will get at least some morality. Right? Without that it is not possible, right? Like a small child asked Prime Minister, in what way I will contribute to our country? Then Prime Minister tell you, switch off the fan, switch off the light. That you can do, right? That is also serving the nation. Serving the nation is not done by only army people. Serving is done by everybody. And teachers plays a very important role, right? For any human being, teacher is essential to perform any particular thing, right? So that is the second vision. We have to look into what is our fundamental duties. Like if you see, there is a statement by Barack Obama, the former president of US. He mentioned that don't ask what a country can give you. Always we say that no, our country is not good, not good, country is not giving. Don't ask such thing. You ask yourself what you have done for your country. Suppose you are addressing a student apart from your class, that is you are doing your serving your country. As a teacher you are serving, you are teaching the class. But beyond teaching also, suppose a student is not able to understand a concept. You call the student to your cabin and teaching, that is also serving to nation. And I personally believe, you will say that what benefit I will get. So our system is such a system. Okay, we say God, if you believe God, it is, I will tell the name of God. If you not believe God, then I will say there is some system, it will be come in return. Right, it will come in return, definitely. If you serve your students, then definitely it will come in some other form. Like some student is also calling you after reaching to US saying that sir I joined this company. It is a proud moment for a teacher. And teaching is the only community where teacher gets less money, student get more money. There is no other such association. Right? You see, I am saying the director salary of NIT Warangal, okay, just a rough example, is not more than 35 lakhs. But our starting package starts from 35 lakhs. Means a director means you know, right? Somebody has to do MTech, after BTech, PhD, then assistant professor, 6 years in assistant professor, then you promoted to associate professor, 3 to 4 years associate professor, you will promoted to professor, professor to 10 years, you will be converted to, you will change to eligible for director. Whatever the salary they are getting, the same salary is getting their students. And teachers are not unhappy with this statement, teachers are more happy. I never see a teacher who says that my students are getting more money, I am getting less money. I never see. You go for any teacher, if you say bad teacher also, I will say he never say this statement. Teacher is always happy if a student reaches to a good position. Right or not? So that is also the main vision of NIP. Right? Not only our students should get good place, but they should have some morality. They should have something so that they will not destroy our nation. That's why hacking is not good. But ethical hacking is good.
Yes.
Right? Because see, a incident is happened because the thief is more clever than the police. Right or not? So recently we also got a program of 2 crore rupees. Our NIT Warangal we applied and the coordinator of that program. It is given to teach to the police people. What you will teach to police people? What we are learning in AI, what it is done by a botnet, how to initiate an attack, how to reply to a particular attack. All these things you have to teach from constable to superintendent of police, SP. For training these people, per person government has sanctioned 6.5 lakhs, including 6-month residential training. We are expected to start this program in the month of August, and it is given to only 10-15 institutes across the India. That is really we are contributing to the society. Student is our direct way of teaching, but if we can conduct a program which will help to, let's say, advocates, if I conduct a program which is helpful to our farmers, then really that is a more, you will feel interesting. When you will be pressurized by the research paper, you will not enjoy your work. But when you relate with some stakeholder, then you will see you will enjoy the work. Like humanities people, those belongs to humanities branch, or you know, they go to various field and they collect the data. For collecting data, they are interacting with many people. So that gives them peace to work, right? But if I take everything as a pressure, then I will not able to do anything. Satisfaction is required, right? Like somebody can say that I will teach. You go to IIT Kharagpur also. I am giving an example. IIT Kharagpur has many good teachers that don't publish a single research paper. They don't guide a single PhD student, but they are considered as the best teacher in the world. So we have to very clear that whether teaching is our main goal or research is main goal or any other activity is our goal. Many teachers are there. You see, I remember my school teachers. I am talking about less than first standard to 10th standard. They are exceptional teachers. Even alphabet, how many times they told us to write the alphabet like this. Now as a teacher, am I doing the same thing for my student? No. Right or not? See, our school teachers are nothing but they all are equivalent to very big teachers. Without, they are getting very less money than compared to us. But still they help each and every child. They give personal care. They teach number of times so that students will learn, and that will help you to enhance in the higher education. That's why I initially told we need reformation of the school education, because when you come to higher education, people have maturity. Okay, like somebody has not learned in their life. Now if I teach something, then the person will not learn. But what is learned in the childhood, that will carry forward. Although I don't write Odia letter, I never written Odia letter once I am out of Odisha, because I stayed in Telangana. So although I don't know Telugu, but I am maximum time I writing in English, right? But still, if you ask me, I may not write 100% of Odia, right? But I can write to some extent. But see, after 5-10 years of not writing a particular language, I still remember. So credit always goes to the school education. Right or not? That's why always when you teach a subject, you try to relate it to some real life, whatever extent you can, because all are matured people, you know that what way you can convince the student. That will help the student to learn the concept at any level. Otherwise, after semester is over, they don't care about what you teach. Right or not? Okay, so these are nothing but the vision. What is the, you can see here, what is the key principle of NEP? So many key principles of focused in NEP. First is called as curriculum revision. In curriculum revision, as I mentioned, that there are some non-credit courses are offered, and one of the course we are regularly offering, that is called as universal human value. How many of you are having that course in your college? UHV. Okay, universal human value, right? Also we have a subject in our institute, NIT Warangal, maybe other institutes also following. We have a course on Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, one subject name is there, Bhagavad Gita. It is a non-mandatory, non-credit course. We have a course on Constitution of India. Constitution of India. Like that, these courses are introduced, although nobody knows about Constitution of India, nobody has studied that one. But as a teacher, I will study and I will teach to my student, whatever extent is possible. First time I am not able to teach, it's fine. Second time you will learn like more thing, third time, fourth time, after 5 years, you have lot of clauses, you know. Right? So such courses are also introduced. And also, the pedagogy is going to be changed. You will not restrict it to only, let's say, some classroom teaching where a teacher will teach and student will learn. There is no more such type of this. You should introduce some kind of group discussions. If you ask your student about some discussions, then only they will tell something. Sometimes I give a problem, I sit with a student to solve. Right? Like most of the teachers, they focus on the first lines. Right? Always go to your last bench, sit with the student. They are the real students which will give you the right feedback whether your teaching is exactly going out to them or not, right. So always in class you spend 5 to 10 minutes about some activity which will help all the student to engage in the class. Nowadays students are using mobile, give the PPT advance, let them open the PPT, so you will see they will be engaged with that PPT, even if not 100%, 90% people will see your PPT only, because nowadays class strength is also increased to 120, 180, so seeing this blackboard, whiteboard is not feasible, right. PPT you can share and you can write in the board, the same thing is also written in the PPT. So student have interest to that particular class. That's what I am saying. Beyond 40 minutes, attention of the student will not be there until unless you carry out some activity, right. Similarly, equity and inclusion. Okay. So you have to give equal. You have to treat everyone equal. In what sense? I am saying that in class nowadays there are some blind people are also sitting. Many courses are allowed for blind people. Many courses are given to Divyang people, physical disability people. So they need some special attention compared to a normal student, right. So as a teacher you have to see that how they will aspire with the normal students. That will give you equal rights to everyone to understand the concept or participate in your class, but it is very less. Nowadays every semester our institute is always asking a teacher how many slow learners are coming to your room. How many slow learners? We are not habituated. See, anywhere you will not say that I have these students who are done good. You take the last students and if they grow to some level, that is your real teaching. If you teach whatever way, the student, those who are in the topper of the class, they will definitely learn, right. But what other people are learning, that is more important, right. That's why there is a optimization algorithm which is called as a teaching learning based optimization algorithm. Anybody know about TLBO? Teaching learning based optimization. There is a optimization algorithm. What this algorithm says that first step of the teaching learning based optimization is that a teacher will introduce a topic to the student, like we are studying NEP. Teacher is the speaker, student is the learner. That is the first phase. Once it is done, then the second phase says that learner will again engage with themselves to learn, right. You in a class you make group and ask, let's say it is a big class, then you make a group of 10 people. Let's say 100 students are present in your class, so you have 10 groups. You assign some your research problem to them, tell them to solve, because it is not possible to interact with 100 people. But if 10 problems are given, you will find time to ask them what is the status of these 10 problems. So these 10 peoples, they will be close to each other to prepare that particular project. And nowadays also, if these activities are not carried out, if you ask a student, tell your 10 friends' name, they are unable to tell, right. If you ask a student, tell your 10 batchmates' name, hardly they know 4-5. Those for those they are sharing the rooms, they don't know who are the friends. But you see in our childhood, you ask each and every friend, I will able to tell the name of that friend. So that is the difference in the previous education and the current education. Current education will be engaged with work. So with work you can inject this ethics, morality, otherwise they will not listen. If you teach universal human value, they will not concentrate. But if you relate it to some significance, they will definitely learn. Like I can develop a AI app which will help you for universal human value. They are interested in developing AI based applications. Just I introduced a topic, let them develop an application. That will really helpful to us. Like in our campus, one BTech batch, I told you have interest in IoT. So design a circuit, IoT circuit, just like a dustbin. Okay, we have many dustbin in our campus. Which dustbin is filled, which dustbin is empty, which dustbin in which level, that will be shown in an app. And if any stakeholder of that organization, let's say student or faculty, is passing through a particular dustbin and found that that is full, then they can simply click something, it will give a notification. So in a small scale, small prototype with 3 dustbin, they did it. I have not guided them. I only given a problem statement, what are the things they need to capture. Students have their own way to solve this particular problem. So if you develop something which will help the student to apply their knowledge and that is helpful for a society, definitely people will learn. That's why, if you remember, during our BTech first year, there is a mechanical lab. Okay, in the mechanical lab, we have been told to prepare paperweight. Workshop, I am specially saying. Paperweight. We have been told to prepare the shoe stand. Right? Now people are taking about Center for Innovations. The same thing they want to integrate as a Center of Innovation. But all concepts are there. I can prepare a nice paperweight, I will color it, I will give to, let's say, D-Mart and Reliance, stating that this paperweight is 10 rupees, you sell in 20 rupees and give 5 rupees to me and keep 5 rupees. That is a sustainable model. And during my PhD, I have seen in the entire IIT Dhanbad campus, none of the bed is prepared outside the campus. Everything is prepared by the workshop people only. That will solve our purpose. Why China is growing and India is not growing? That is the reason. Only we lag behind the theoretical concept. We restrict ourselves to the theoretical concept. So can we develop a small IoT devices, now as IoT is popular, which we can sell to these DMart people or Reliance or any shopping mall? They will readily accept it. You need to register a company. Every institute is nowadays having a Section 8 company. Every institute, now government is mandating to every universities or schools, colleges to go for Section 8 company. Through Section 8 company you can sell. A university is a non-profit organization, right? We cannot sell anything.
Yes.
But if a Center of Innovation, we can sell it. So that will really help us to go for Center of Innovation, right? So similarly, set up your own company. Okay, nowadays also faculties are also given opportunity to register as a company. So I also registered a company, okay, called Tech Sammilan Private Limited. Sammilan means gathering. Tech means any technology. So we developed some product for agriculture in a small scale. I don't want a large scale, because if you see one of the real example, how many of you used Confirm TKT app? There is a app called as Confirm TKT.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that Confirm TKT app is launched in a trial basis. It is taking the data from IRCTC, because IRCTC is the only source for getting the railway data. But it is having its own database, so it kept the data for longer period of time. Suppose somebody will give you last 10 years data, that 10 years data I can keep in my database, and it is able to tell what is the percentage of confirmation, what IRCTC also usually do. Apart from that, it is suggesting that suppose somebody is traveling from Warangal to Vizag and in between Rajahmundry is there, right? There is a seat vacant from Warangal to Rajahmundry, another seat is vacant from Rajahmundry to Vizag. So when you search in IRCTC from Warangal to Vizag, it is showing that there is no ticket available. But go to Confirm TKT app, it is showing that there is a ticket available. You can go to Rajahmundry, in the same train you have to change the coach, you can go to the seat. Now that app is charging 9 rupees per person per month. You imagine how many users are there? That is a sustainable model. That is a sustainable model. Initially it is free, nothing comes in free. How many of you agree that Gmail is free? Raise your hand. Gmail is free, Google email is free. How many of you agree that Google email is free? Raise your hand. Up to 15 GB only I am saying. I am not an exception user. How many of you agree? Raise your hand. 15 GB is free. It is not free. See, when I created my first email, I forgot my password. So by the next day I will create another email ID, right? But over a period of time, are you changing your email ID?
No.
No, but your data grows. But your data grows.
If it is free,
Early days you remember, there is a floppy disk. How many of you have seen floppy disk? Floppy disk size is only 4 KB. Now in smartphone, whatever smartphone you use, the photo will not come in KB. It will must come in MB only. So that data also that floppy disk cannot store. So imagine day by day the pixel is increasing. Now we say no, the 64 megapixel camera. So 64 megapixel camera is capturing the photo in MB. So storage device is also increasing. So over a period of time, you will see you will not able to change your email. If email is changed, then your contact will also lost. And you will exceed 15 GB. Then you will pay. Right? So nothing come in free service. It is only a short term goal, right? Google has made it free so that over a period of time you will pay for it. Got error, right? So when I started these programs, whenever I prepare a PPT, I put in Google Drive. So once I exceeded 15 GB. So what I did, I got all the data, paste in local drive, then I pushed all the data to NITW email ID. Because NITW email ID, there is no limit for faculty members. So I am safe. But imagine if I want to again back to my Gmail, it is not possible, right? I have to pay for it. So none of the service provided by any provider is free of cost, right? And the way we are storing the data and the way the capacity is increasing, both are same only. Earlier 4 KB floppy disk is there. At that time photos are coming in bit or byte. Now we are talking about 128 GB, 256 GB in mobile phone case. Okay, photo size is now coming as 8 MB. Good pictures are taking more than 10 MB. So the way you are increasing the photo, the same way it is increasing the storage. So there is no improvement. Absolutely, if you see the ratio is not improving in that context. It is slightly improving, right? So that is more important. So think about developing a small prototype. Now students are having exceptional idea. Like I have seen also recently one hackathon. Many people have developed one system that somebody is, let's say, by mistake put in a particular wall, right? Wall or bore, right? Then how to pick up that person? They developed a small prototype. That is really, our students are exceptional, but we have to give a proper problem statement. Regular meetings will help them to grow in their particular objective. Okay. So next is ensuring universal access to education at all level. Okay, it is not only the school education, but in all education we need some reformation. Without reformations you are not able to do, right? And the dropout rate in India is quite more. The number of children are drop out from primary education is more, and it is more in the case of female candidates. So first we need to focus that what is the main root cause. Root cause may be in many locations schools are not available, Anganwadis are not available, right? Many places they have to go to far away, their parents are reluctant to send. All these cases need to be addressed in order to say that equal education for everyone. And it is expected that by 2030 every student will at least go for primary education up to 10th class. No student will be drop out. Whatever may be the reason, that need to be solved by government or the local government, so that nobody will be refrained from the education system before 10th class. Okay, so you can see in the as per NEP guidelines also it is written, bring back 2 crores out of school children. That is also one of the activity need to be done with respect to the education system. Okay, I will come to the school education, but before that NEP also mentioned that you have to ensure that all students should have 21st century skills. So not 21st century skills means AIML. Not AIML is the 21st century skills, not quantum computing also, right? What are the skills? First one is called as critical thinking. Critical thinking will come with analysis. And I am telling you an incident. When I studied in Raulkela, and at Raulkela, one of my PhD senior called me to discuss about a algorithm. Then I told after dinner we will sit. Okay. So we started discussing after 11 p.m. You will not believe, we end up our discussion in morning 6 a.m. The reason is that whatever way he is trying to convince me with algorithm, I am finding a loophole in the algorithm. I am saying that no, this case it will fail. So that will increase your critical thinking skill. Critical thinking is that if you concentrate on a particular flow, you will find a lot of cases. Like as a programming teacher, all of you are know, there are a lot of cases we are not considering whenever we are writing a program. Program has many cases. Sometimes when you ask a addition of two numbers, somebody will give you alpha beta also as an input, right? Somebody will give you special character as input also. All these cases also you need to consider in order to make your student think critically. Then another important part is mindset. Always remember that from the lower education to upper education, mindset is only the difference. Except mindset, every teacher is equally capable. Right? Mindset need to be changed. You should proud that what you have. If you don't proud, suppose I will not proud I am a part of NIT Warangal, then NIT Warangal has no significance. Whatever way you are contributing to your education, right? You have to be proud for it. If it is not proud, means you are not enjoying your education. You teach to 5 students and you are proud of your 5 students, then definitely you will get a solution. So I will tell you a real life story with respect to this. There is a university, that university name I forgot, in London. Okay. So there was a professor. If it is correct, then it is University of Auckland. So there was a teacher. He used to travel 300 miles every weekend. 300 miles every weekend to teach some student. One regular teacher of that university visiting to some other place to teach some students. Then people criticize that professor by stating that if you are going 300 miles to teach the student, you are earning more money. Right? You are earning more money. So later people came to know that he was teaching only 2 students by traveling 300 miles every weekend. And you will surprised to know that professor is not a Nobel laureate, and that 2 people is awarded by Nobel laureate in 1956. Both are awarded by Nobel laureate. See, teacher is not Nobel laureate, but teacher has made a capable to their student to become the Nobel laureate. Okay, that shows that mindset. It is not in the class that whether one person is there or 100 persons are attending your lecture. That depends on the mindset. If mindset is not changed, nothing is going to change. Okay, so growth mindset is required among all the students. Similarly, creativity, collaboration will come in group projects. We are already having group projects. Only the problem statement need to be real life. Collaboration they have already with them. And this time also we are launching another program by stating that very first year you assign project work to your student. The problem in our current curriculum is that in final year we have a minor project or a major project, or 6th semester onwards you have a minor project and major project. When you assign the student with minor project and major project, what happens sometimes when the student is come up with some solution, the students are graduated. And once the student is graduated, there is no knowledge transfer to others. That's why bring a model where you assign the project guide from the first year onwards under the faculties. So assume that first year 3 students will be there, second year 3 students, third year 3 students, final year 3 students. So you have a batch of 12 students assigned with some project. By that time this final year student will go out of your organization, third year student know that what he did. So knowledge transfer will happen if we develop such type of model for our project. Knowledge transfer will never happen if we only look into our curriculum, final year only we are going to assign. And nowadays we have also mentor-mentee program. I think all of you are having mentor-mentee program. mentor-mentee program says that there is a mentor and assigned with a lot of students. Okay, a small group of students, not a big group of students. The teacher has to interact with the students, okay, and share their knowledge, what is their difficulties. Just like their children, the teacher is also collecting the information from the students. And this model of mentor-mentee is now applied in NIT Warangal in the faculty level also. What happened? The professor and associate professors has to guide the assistant professors. But our director mentioned that guide is not like adding fifth author or fourth author as a professor. Suppose you have 3 students in your BTech group, you are the fourth author, your professor or associate professor is the fifth author. That is not allowed. Only they will guide you how to teach, only they will guide you how to write proposals, research proposals. In that way they will help without adding their name. So mentor-mentee is not only applicable to our students, but also it is applicable to senior faculty members to the junior faculty members, right? So it is what we want more collaborations, right? If you have not interacted with your department level, then what we can think about our country? Until unless we not solve our home problem, it is not possible to solve our country, right? It is a big country with more peoples, so the model is not sustainable, right? So mentor-mentee program will have a major role in the teacher level as well as student level, so that mindset is going to be revised. People will be engaged with the senior faculty. I saw in our system also, if a new faculty is joining in assistant professor level, they are fear to talk to a associate professor and professor. It happens. Why this happens? Because of the mentor-mentee program is absent. I am not very free frank to a senior faculty. The reason is that I am not interacting. If I interact with a senior faculty, then definitely they will come up with a good, because they have a lot of experience. Our senior faculty has a lot of experience in associate and professor level. They will guide you much better than anybody else. So that's why mentor-mentee level is also need to be introduced in the teacher level. So coming to school education, we'll take a break. Okay, we'll take a break, then I'll tell you. Yes. Otherwise, I'll fill this bottle, no problem. 1 minute. Madam, good afternoon, madam.